DraftSociety.com presents a Premier League Draft Fantasy Podcast. Welcome to the Key Pass Collective. Your exclusive source for the information, analysis, and advice you need to dominate your fantasy leagues. Come on in. We've been expecting you.
All right. What's up, everyone? Cheers. Draft heads, how are you? Welcome back into the Key Pass Collective. My name is Joe Williams. I'll be your host for this particular episode. Sorry about last week. We didn't give you a Gameweek 8 preview. We did one show over the break, and just schedules couldn't come together. So sorry about that. But we're back. We're back for this week, and we're going to prep you for Game Week 9. Welcome in, everybody. For those unfamiliar, we are the Key Pass Collective. We are the audio companion to the Draft Society website. I'll tell you a little bit more about the Draft Society in just a second. But I should mention that these podcasts are live streams. So if you are listening to this audio version later on, or even the video version later on, consider joining us for the live screen. The live streams are so much fun. We've got people chatting nonstop in chat, asking questions, just bantering, shooting the shit. It's a blast. It is a really, really fun time. I would encourage you all to join us. Normally, we're about 5:30 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays, which is what we are this week as well. So shout out to those who have already joined us. Old Scruffy, McCaperism, Draft Espresso, Draft Pie, Trade Rapier, the Sword specifically, Lloydie LFC, Draft Espresso, Summit Topic Squash. What is up, everybody? And everybody else who hasn't said anything yet but is chilling in the wings. Get at us. Let us know your thoughts. Any questions, conundrums you have, pop them into chat. We'll get to them as we have time. And of course, tonight we are doing some fantasy real, fantasy fake. So if you've got any contenders for that you are curious about our takes on, pop those in the chat as well if we don't have them on our special list of the guys that we're going to get to. So real quick, let's talk about the Draft Society. I already mentioned it. The DraftSociety.com. It is basically your one-stop shop for all of your draft needs. So when it comes to Draft Premier League Fantasy Football, that's where you're going to go. We've got you covered, literally. So we've got you for everything from consensus ranks, waiver wire articles, Sleepers 11 every single week, Ghost Point Hunters, Ryan's specialty, useful draft stats, projected lineups. All of that is completely free every single week. And if you're willing, our Inner Circle section is open and accepting subscribers. We appreciate everybody who already does subscribe. That's kind of our subscriber-only section where you're going to get a lot more benefits. Some of those things are going to include weekly rest of season player rankings, weekly points projections for every single player, trade advice that is completely secret, and your league will not be privy to that at all. Sortable consensus rankings every single international break, set piece taker trackers, fixture difficulty trackers, and if you're willing, join for the season and we'll get you the Fantasy Toolkit. The Fantasy Toolkit is an incredible tool that will streamline your weekly preparation. It will be bespoke to your particular Fantrax ID, and it will give you, everything. Recommendations on who to pick up on waivers. It'll show you your upcoming opponent and what their players are projected to score versus your players. It will give you power rankings for every team in your league. It will tell you of the big 3 community leagues, which players are being picked up and which players are being bid for with Fab. And it will actually give you the average of those Fab bids, tell you the highest and the lowest, and it's just so much really good stuff on there. It's an app that you can actually go and prepare yourself for the game week. So we think it's incredibly worth it. Check it out. It's pretty amazing. Draft Lad has put a lot of work into it, and it shows. It's really, really awesome. So check it out, guys. All right, let's get into it. Today on the KPC, We're talking midweek updates real quick. I don't know if there's many to really go through, but we'll get the guys on to talk about that in just a second. Fantasy real, fantasy fake, as I mentioned, and then we'll get you some Game Week 9 streamers and get you out of here, hopefully ready to dominate this week. Without further ado, let's bring in the crew. It's the names and faces you know and love. We've got Totti, we've got Ryan, we've got Sanjy. Gentlemen, how was your international break?
Seems like ages ago. I can't remember. Honestly.
Yeah.
You were shocked right out of the gates.
Yeah, that's right. Can't remember.
It feels like a whole new season at the moment, actually.
It kind of does. I agree. Yeah.
I'll give you a non-fantasy question to start with, and then we can talk an hour of fantasy. A friend of mine has a 11-year-old son, and this is the time when he started showing him the Star Wars films.
Okay.
So I asked him
What order?
Yeah, what I think the logical question is.
Spent a lot of time thinking about that.
What order you show a young, impressionable mind of the 21st century? The films.
I have thoughts. I, in a selfish way, would want the same chronological order that I saw it.
Yeah.
So A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and then Return of the Jedi, and then back
then
to
not show the others at all.
Yeah, basically just say that there aren't any others.
Well, you could skip
the original trilogy.
I mean, definitely skip the Jar Jar one. Like, let's pretend that never happened.
What? Jar Jar is a character that everyone needs to witness, though.
Why?
It's because of how weird he is. Like,
doesn't he have a Caribbean or West Indies accent or something? I haven't watched it in ages, but I remember him having something like that. So maybe that's.
I think it's just generic idiot accent.
Yeah, he definitely sounds like he's from an island. I'll give you that much.
I mean, yeah, isn't he considered like one of the great blunders kind of in like movie history? Like that character was pretty much universally hated.
Yeah, I wonder if it ties back to Lucas, if he created that character, or like somebody needed to get fired for that. And the pod racing in general, I think, was a disaster.
Yeah, although the game was pretty fun.
The game was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the best thing that came out of it, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think our generation would side with you. I said the same thing, and my mate, whose son it is, said the same thing. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. But I wonder, like, they're at 6 now, so this is where they go into the shits. I wonder what an 11-year-old right now, and DraftPie said in the chat that he's done this with his 6-year-old. I wonder how they all sort of stack up for someone who has been trained to see movies with current special effects and current like plot speed and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's true. I feel like you work your way up. I mean, if you like this and it's so campy, then you'll love, I guess, the newer ones. Although the great part is like some of the newer ones have the exact same plot as
Yeah.
A New Hope is basically the same as A Force Awakens or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
No.
anyhow, yeah.
Anyway, that's enough non-fantasy chat.
I love it. No, it's good, especially with Halloween coming up. Millions of costume ideas in those movies, so things to think about, things to be, yeah.
You'll be subjected to some of these.
What's one of the best?
Go ahead, go.
I was gonna ask, what was one of the best costumes you guys have ever had?
Oh, not me personally, but I'll tell you the best costume I've ever seen. And it was not like the costume itself was not impressive. It's just the way the guy sold it. I might have told you guys about this before. So I was in Madison, Wisconsin for Halloween. in college, which Madison, Wisconsin is notoriously insane for Halloween. It's just
My
wild.
college is number 2.
Okay.
Wisconsin's number 1. With
for sure.
Bullet. Everybody recognizes that.
So, I mean, not to mention it's 30 degrees Fahrenheit or less, on Halloween. So there's a gent running around, and he is in jeans. He has no shirt on, and he's just running around like screaming. And so we kind of like tracked him down, and we were like, dude, hold up. What the hell is your costume? You're supposed to have a costume on. And because we were at this frat party and you had to have a costume to get in. And he said, I'm a premature ejaculation. Like, wait, what?
Wow.
What? And he says, yeah, I just came in my pants.
You would like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, tell me he didn't get let in even by.
He did. He was running riot in that party.
Mine definitely was Zach Morris, my junior year of college. There's a picture somewhere, but the best part was I got one of those big phones. This
Hell
girl that I saw
yes.
on occasion had one of those, and so I carried it around. And the best part was it was still functioning, and I like lost it. And this girl that I'm friends with used it to like call her friend back in Chicago to talk to all night, and the bill was like $150. And I was just like, you got to be kidding me.
That's incredible.
Yeah, that was the best part about it. I fucked up my hair and everything else. Like it was bright yellow. It was, disaster. It was
Damn.
great.
Let's get the picture up in the chat then.
Right.
I'll
right.
find it. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. All right, nice. Well, there you go, Sanjy.
What about
probably...
you, Sanjay?
Oh no, I have nothing interesting. I've seen an interesting concept. My favorite one that I've come across so far is a couple going as oh my god, I'm blanking on the game now. It's a black and white card game.
Oh. Black
Cards game?
Yeah. Oh, what is it now?
Black and white card, like Cards Against Humanity?
Yes, Cards Against Humanity. Right. So, I think the question was like, what's like the coolest fucking thing, or what would you want to be, or something like that? And
Yeah.
The other shit was being a motherfucking sorcerer.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And it's so simple. Like you can just wear black and white, right? And
Yeah.
you need to just print out the words. So ingenious.
That's awesome.
I never did Halloween before
Ever?
I had kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
before you had kids.
Yeah,
Got it.
no. It's like it's not a holiday in Hungary. It's just been a holiday for the last 10 years, and mostly for kids. So
Yeah.
the best I can offer is my girls went as like Mexican Day of Dead Calaveras a year ago. So
Oh,
had
nice.
they had all the face paint and
Yeah.
So they look
That's
good.
cool. All right. There we go. Get everyone into the spirit, the Halloween spirit. Our department goes every year as something. So like the English department at our school. So I'm forced to participate. So this year we're doing movie villains, or just famous villains, with the caveat that you can't do any historical figures because we didn't want anyone coming to school like dressed up like Hitler. And so I am going to be Sid from Toy Story. I got the magnifying glass. I got the Woody with the little dot on his forehead from where he was like burning him with the sun. It's going to be pretty good.
Definitely thought you were gonna say Johnny Lawrence for sure.
No. That's a good one though. I like that.
The skeleton. I mean, that's an easy one.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So real quick, guys, I don't think there's a ton to talk about, but any midweek updates in terms of players, availability, guys who went the full 90 or guys who got injured?
Calafiore was, I think, the only big injury. There's supposed to be a scan today, but I haven't seen anything definitive yet. It's the only other injury. I heard that Doku got injured, but I don't know when that was.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
see that.
I didn't see that.
Isn't Grealish ruled out as well? I saw a tweet going around Grealish.
I think both of them are.
Yeah, Grealish out
supposedly
for
gonna be
like
out
10
this
days or
weekend.
something like that.
But he didn't play, right?
No, he
No.
didn't. He was out. Robertson got the rest, so
That's right.
he's probably nailed to
He'll
start.
be back.
So did Curtis Jones.
Oh, Jones is playing this weekend. There's no way he's going to get benched after what he just did.
You think so? Think they won't
mean-
shore it up.
That's a good call.
Having said that, we're pretty light at the moment, so you won't have to.
Yeah, I mean he might as well start instead of Sobo at the 10. But I think I agree with Ryan. I think it's gonna be McAllister and Gravenberch and Sobo. If we can take one thing from these 2 months from Arne Slot is that he rotates more like Pep does. So he gives like runs, I think. Like we are in a Hakpo run right now, whereas we were in a Diaz run at the start of the season.
Yeah, true.
So I think
And
that's,
Jota's injured, so Darwin will be there again.
yes.
Plus, he and Trent went off at 75, so they should be good to go for the weekend. And Mo went off earlier than that, even.
Yeah.
All right, I like it. Anything from Villa or we mentioned
Duran
City?
started finally.
Yeah,
And
which means he won't in the league.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Watkins ready to go.
Man,
And Duran scored as well, so
so
Yeah,
funny.
but Durant always scores though.
Yeah,
but he only played 65, so there is a slight chance.
Yeah, but it's not a fitness thing, though, is it?
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
And he
Darwin.
still hasn't figured out how to play them both at the same time, so it's not like, it's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, it's as difficult as it is not to start Duran after that early season run that he had off the bench. It still is very difficult to bench Watkins.
Yeah, totally. Even when he's in a run of bad form, for sure. Yeah. All right. Very nice. Very nice. That brings us to
Fantasy fake, fantasy for real, fantasy fake, fantasy for real.
Yeah. We should all get good enough where we can just harmonize with that part. Yeah, so just the last part.
If
Anyway.
we win an award at the FCAs, they should play this song as our background music while we collect
Absolutely,
awards.
absolutely.
They really should. And you guys run up and be like, "Fantasy real, motherfuckers."
Or just do the harmony.
Yeah,
just
All right, so fantasy fake, fantasy for real. These are players who are in fantastic form at the moment or have been over the last 1 week to 3 weeks is what this one focuses on. 1 week to there's maybe 1 4-weeker in there. Anyway, the question is, are they for real? Will this form continue? Will they continue to get starts in the case of some of them? And more importantly, are they gonna turn into a fantasy asset that you can continue to count on? So let's roll. We are going to start with forwards and end with defenders. So we've got 9 different guys we'll look at today, gentlemen. First player is, of course, Eddie Nketiah. Now, we're only going to look back 1 week on this one because, trust me, you don't really want to look back further than that with him. But what was notable was that for the first time maybe ever, he ghosted. He had 14.5 ghost points in game week 8 in 65 minutes, including 4 key passes, 2 shots on target, 2 dribbles, and 1 aerial. So, how do we feel about Eddie Nketiah? Has he finally found his groove?
I feel emboldened to take this one. No, he hasn't. I don't nothing's changed. He's still historically like a 5 ghost point per start player. These aberrations happen sometimes. So yeah, I don't think this is the start of a new golden age for his ghosting. But I mean, you have to say that he looked good and lively, and I think obviously he's going to get better and get goals, but I wouldn't expect anything near this type of ghost point production. But I mean, you can't say it's a bad sign. So as Palace get better or sort it out, he'll likely benefit as a result. But when do they sort it out? I don't know. I know that Glasner's on borrowed time, and I think has the next couple games to try and get some results. But
yeah,
it's not looking good.
Right. Right. It is not.
Yeah, it's Spurs, Wolves, and Fulham before the international break. If they don't get like maybe more than 5 points from those 3, then I think they are royally effed.
Yeah.
They need to get their first win under their belt in this next 3. And I think like Ryan said, is he a ghoster now? No. Is he fantasy fake? I wouldn't say he's fake. I think he's for real, and I think he's like he started ahead of Mateta as the lone striker.
Yeah.
And so he's definitely the number 1 sort of forward option for Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Which you kind of want, I think.
Is that going to continue though, given that they didn't score and they lost again? I mean, it's obviously that Glasner rates him, and they paid a good amount of money for him for a Palace perspective. So I think he'll get opportunities. If it continues like this, I don't think it's guaranteed that he's going to be the one up top, because Glasner's just going to be desperate and throwing everything against the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah, but it looks like a lot of other things are wrong. It's less the sort of spearhead of the attack, I think.
But the thing is, I don't think Glasner knows his best. Well, it's not best 11, but best front 3. Let's call it.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird to see Kamada nearly play 90 minutes. Like, Mateta actually made an impact when he came on. He was a good physical threat. Like, I think he should be starting in, but it's like, how do you start him as and Nketiah, right? Like, I think Forest as a team do give up chances. Like, they have a good defense still. Like, they've kept some clean sheets and stuff like that. My concern about Nketiah, though, is like, what is his ceiling going to be like? Because I mean, you guys are talking about them struggling to score goals. They've scored the fewest goals in the league so far. Like, absolutely shocking.
Wow.
Yeah, and to be honest, Sarr looked good against Liverpool when he started, didn't he? So you shouldn't forget about him as well.
Yeah, exactly. It might be a horses for courses sort of situation, right? But yeah, it's a tough one. Like, if I saw Nketiah free, and like, for example, this game week that went by, let's say Archer's free, Vardy's free, and Nketiah's free, I went for the easier fixtures in that sense, right? Or like, I would have never expected he was going to ghost this much. But when you actually watch the game, it wasn't really anything like that high of an XG, let's say, like that good of a chance.
Mm-hmm.
They were just taking pops and here and there, right? Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's fake, I think.
So he's not going to be worth a roster spot long term, you think?
I'd drop him if I needed the win in the game week, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah.
I think I'm with you, man.
I picked him up this week, so this past week, to play him.
I mean, it's Spurs. You always have a chance against Spurs.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Spurs is a good one for his kind of attacking player. So
sure,
the one that's speedy and finds the spaces behind. So I think he'll have a good game against Spurs. And then it's Wolves up next, and then Fulham. I'm not dropping him before, like, during the week. I might drop him over the weekend if I'm pressed for spots. But yeah, I'm keeping him on. He's earned his 1 week.
Yeah. His game is on Sunday, right? So you've got time to kind of decide, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanjay, I tend to kind of think more along the lines of what you're saying. I'm not really interested in rostering him. I just think that you're going to be frustrated more often than not, and I think these games are going to be so few and far between, and he's going to be just incredibly goal dependent. I mean, think about your Ipswich forwards. I mean, he's going to be potentially even worse than that in terms of goal dependency.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I think if you can afford to carry the risk, then by all means, like. But for me, I don't know. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Fair. All right. Up next, this man's on fire. Jorginho Ruter, 49.5 fantasy points in just 213 minutes. 2 goals, 2 assists, 3 key passes, 2 shots on target, 2 dribbles, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, 7 aerials. Interesting. Seems like he is, I don't want to say nailed because how could you in that 11? But we have the sort of added interest or I don't know if you want to say like wrinkle of potentially Joao Pedro coming back soon. So yeah, what are you guys making of him in terms of fantasy real, fantasy fake? Obviously, he's not on your waiver wire. You can't just go pick him up. But just in terms of rest of season sort of prospects and or what trying to trade for him.
I like him. I like Brighton. I think they're good for where they are in the table, and yeah, the only issue is rotation, just like you said. Joe Pedro possibly back soon, but Welbs is out, so there's another spot open in the 11. He hasn't ghosted much. 16 and 9.
Okay. Yeah.
16 and 19 with a goal, and then 13 and a half with an assist. Is not nothing to write home about, but I guess if you're a forward and you get returns, then there's not much need for ghosting. Like he's ghosting better than Haaland, but yeah, that's probably not the
barometer that you want to...
the ghosting barometer. I think he's as real as any Brighton forward is.
I think I would trade high at this point. Like you said, the ghosting's not great. I just don't know if it's sustainable. And then when everybody's healthy, he's gonna have a tough time nailing down that spot.
Yeah.
Depends on what you can get for him. Obviously, like not totally opposed to riding it till the wheels fall off. But if I can get something decent for him now, especially midfield wise, happy to do that deal.
Would you sell Ruter to get back John Duran?
No. Preferably somebody who plays.
Exactly. Like
if I had the choice.
Like Rutter has started every single game. Granted, he's come off like around the 70th minute, but since he started, like he's scored the 3rd most ghost points for Brighton. Like I think Husler, I think that's how you pronounce his name, but Husler trusts him, and I think that's his main guy. Like he's playing the number 10 as well. It's a really nice position to play as a forward. Like I think you're gonna get more ghost points than whoever's up top. But yeah, I think he's real, and I definitely hold on to him.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Draft Espresso saying he's great to have if you have space to roster with Joao Pedro? If you were the Ruter owner or the Joao Pedro owner, would you go and try to get the other one?
They could probably start together, no?
Yeah.
So who Who is he keeping out? Ruter.
Mintif.
Dingra potentially. Minta, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
And CISO.
God, and Cisa's everybody's keeping him out.
He's keeping
Yeah,
himself
boy.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I keep looking for that Zach Morris picture. You guys are freaking killing me.
Oh man. All right. Yeah, I like Ruter, to be honest. I think it's good. That's a good discussion. I'm certainly not dropping him if I have him. Maybe Ruter for Cunha? I mean, yeah, for sure. Give me Cunha.
Yeah, I don't think you get that though.
No. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah. Agreed. Draft pie. Cunha's better than Ruter. Yep, for sure. Okay, cool. Finally, guys, we maybe are going to eat a little crow here. Particularly, maybe me and Ryan, who recommended who recommended dropping this recommended dropping this player earlier on in the season, which I actually did after drafting him in both leagues. Little short-sighted of me. Well, welcome to my world. So 55 points in 340 minutes, 2 goals, 3 shots on target, 5 key pass, 4 crosses, 10 dribbles. Well, of course, with 6 dispossessions, 5 interceptions, 3 aerials, 2 block shots. We're speaking of Ilimanjai. Ryan, did we make a mistake?
I mean, he's done okay. He's done better than probably we expected. But I still don't think, 1, it's sustainable. 2, it's Everton. Like, if you're starting a forward for Everton, like, you deserve exactly what you're gonna get. What did he get? what did he get? 16 with a goal. Like, great. That's awesome. Yeah, my views on forwards are like very weird this season because there's so many of them, and then none of my 3 teams do I have like room to like punt on these, random guys that can pop up and get a decent game like Jai. So like I just haven't really bothered with any of them. So I'd say he's in the middle. I think he's had his time in the sun, but I still don't think he's a set and forget forward 3 rest of season.
So these numbers, real quick, Totti, sorry. These numbers go back 4 matches. The 16.25 with the goal was against Ipswich. The 22.5 was against Leicester. I should just mention that.
Flat track bully.
I agree that if you don't have the spot, then you shouldn't drop anyone of value for him, or you shouldn't trade for him. But I doubt you can get real value in a trade to trade him out. So why not just ride him? I think we've seen players be good on very bad teams, especially for fantasy. So yeah, he's not as good as McNeil is on Everton, but he, from that left side, he's doing bits. He's getting close, and he's near the action. So the very little action that Everton are getting up front, he's near it.
He's near. He's definitely near.
Action adjacent, yeah.
I think he's absolutely real.
Okay.
I don't know. I've got him in 4 or 5 leagues this season.
Wow. How many goddamn leagues are you in?
Shocker.
5 leagues.
So you have him in all?
Wait, possibly 6 because we're drafting the Bash League right now.
Oh wait, so you
don't know if you've got him. I thought
No, I have him, but you never know what happens because I'm co-managing with my pod partner, and he likes to do some wild trades every now and then.
So, in 2 leagues, you've picked him up where I've dropped him.
I think so, yeah.
Okay,
and the
all right.
thing is, like, and the 16 points that you're alluding to, like, he's like, I'm treating him as my forward 3 because
yeah, exactly.
You would him late on, and as a forward 3, I'm taking that every single day. Like,
Yeah, if you're getting goals and assists from your forward three, then you're taking it to the bank.
I agree.
Yeah. Like third most ghost points for outfielders for Everton since he started. Their fixture run coming up is still pretty great.
That stat doesn't mean anything. Like it's
Third
Everton.
most ghost points for Everton since he started.
I have the top scoring player from Southampton, Sugarawa, averaging 5 points a game.
Okay, so just over 8 ghost points per game. Is that still bad?
No, that's good.
No, that's
fine.
good.
I just don't
That's
think
good.
it's going to continue. That's the only point. Obviously, like you're happy with what you've gotten from him from the waiver wire for sure.
I'll have him as a forward 3, like you say, Sanjy. No problem.
Like the thing is, the reason why I'm also quite high on him is because he used to be, and sure, it was for a team that got relegated and is in the championship or whatever, but he used to be the talisman for Sheffield United.
Right.
Like he's used to scoring goals, getting assists, like being the focal point for an attack. Like, and I mean DCL's doing like shit, so it's kind of helping his points output. I think that they're getting something out of him, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it might not continue. Maybe it shifts, right? But
he was
now, I think it's real.
He was on sets and like basically did everything for Sheffield. If McNeil or somebody got injured, then like I think his value would skyrocket. Obviously, if he was put on sets.
And he would go into the number 10 spot.
In which case, I would absolutely agree.
But I think I'd still rather Njai than DCL.
Yeah. Trade Rapier is asking that in the chat.
Yeah, easily. Yeah,
I
watching DCL is so frustrating. Like,
oh, 100%. I have a couple other ones for you all. So rest of season, Njai, or let's get spicy right away. Rashford.
Njai.
Okay.
Agreed.
All right. What about Mabadidi?
Njai.
Njai.
Okay. What about Wissa?
Njai.
Jai.
But it's close.
See, this says a lot.
It's the closest so far. Yeah.
These are all forward 3s, and so
what about Reuter?
Reuter.
Oh, I'd probably go Reuter actually.
But like a proper forward 3 is like Wood, and I would not.
That was
Wood is a forward 2. Wood is a forward 2, I think.
Statistically, Wood is.
Have you seen his numbers?
Yes, I have him in every league. He's my forward 3.
He's almost a forward 1. He's currently 13th.
Okay, he's a forward 3, but he's scoring better than 2 of your forwards.
Yeah, true.
Not true.
Who else do you have?
Who are your other 2 forwards?
You have Kai.
Cunha and Salah in one league, and then the other one is Cunha, Adama, and Mbeumo, and then
No, that tracks.
and then the other one is
okay, but he's forward 2 in both of those, so he's scoring better than Cunha.
I don't think he will. It's close, I think, with those 2. I don't think he will. This isn't a wank fest over my teams. It's just to say that like there's a ton of forwards.
Oh man, hilarious comment from Draft Pie. Let's put Njai up against a forward 1, him or Ayu.
Yeah, now you're talking.
Toddy will never forget. We'll never forget.
That's
that's why Toddy thinks that is a forward.
I mean, Ayu scored the winner for Leicester, right? I thought he
did.
Yeah.
Death.
Winners count for double, I think.
Oh. Anyway, so this is clearing it up. I think if you're going to say he's a forward 3, it seems like he's at the top of the heap, to be honest. Yeah. So you hold, and especially like you're saying, Toddy, if you can't get what you think should be solid trade value for him, that sounds like a ride it till the wheels fall off.
Agreed.
Beautiful. Move on to midfielders.
Yes.
All right. First of all, we've got Curtis Jones. We just talked about him. So in October, which I'll remind people because you're going to see in October on a couple of these guys coming up. In October is really only 2 game weeks so far. So
is
keep that
in October since Boxing Day of 2024?
Yeah, exactly. Yes, this is the new since Boxing Day. So in October, which is the last 2 game weeks, 37.5, 168 minutes. He's got a goal, an assist, 4 key passes, 2 shots on target, 2 tackles. You guys we already had this conversation a little bit, just in alluding to Liverpool's lineup. You don't seem to think he's going to start.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's fantasy fake. He's real, I think. So he's
Wait, hold on. I got to get out my abacus.
On the real.
So like I think if he starts for Liverpool, I like it as a Liverpool fan, and I think he brings something to the team that neither Sobo or McAllister does. But I don't think that's going to translate to fantasy points. In consistently.
He's real in real life, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's real.
He's real. I'll let you guys talk, but I'm tempted to just say he's a streamer.
I would drop him if he doesn't start.
You would?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be the outlier, and like I have a weird feeling that under slot he might actually be a mid-4 rest of season hold. He has the potential to do it. Obviously, there'll probably be some rotation, but like I don't remember him ever scoring 11 ghost points under Klopp. In fact, I looked up his GPPS last season. It was like 3.8.
Oh, wow.
And he's already averaging like 8-ish this season. I mean, 2 starts, but still, like under this system, it seems like he's actually got a shot at being a viable fantasy player. Obviously, I'm not expecting the goal and assist, but the fact that based on just the very, very early data that he's got like a 7-ish floor with the possibility of getting to dangerous areas and getting some attacking returns. Like I picked him up in like a last minute stash just in case he did bits. I wish I would have freaking started him, but I'm holding, and then it's obviously the last game. So like I'm going to continue to hold just to see. So I think if it was Klopp, I would say no, because we know based on a lot of data what he can do.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's in a new system, and I watched the game and it seemed like he passed the eye test. So like I might be a little bit more, bullish about him, or bullish about like giving him some time.
Yeah. I mean, I was the one who thought he was going to start. So like I'm with you. I'm worried about rotation, and I think that like Totti's saying, when he doesn't start, are you really holding him through those maybe multiple game weeks that he's not starting?
Yeah, I mean, if he goes on a stretch of like 3 non-starts, I'm not gonna sink my team just based on the his prospects, but I think there's a better chance that he doesn't go through a run like that.
Yeah,
and I think he's.
So who's he gonna displace?
I think probably. I mean, Mac or Sobo, I suppose, based on.
He's definitely not going to be Gravenberch, who's won.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention him, because he's been.
He's won like
he has
man
a
of the
different role.
match.
That's Slot's boy.
5 out of 7.
Yeah, that is Slot's boy.
Grav has been transformed, man. It's so good to see. Actually, it's really good to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't see the minutes there for Jones. I agree that if we knew that he was a starter, like the other 2 that we're gonna talk about, then I would keep him. But like this weekend, Arsenal, if he doesn't start, like, would you trust him for a start Sunday afternoon?
No.
I
have so much. Could see my bench. Like I think everybody except one is an Arsenal or Liverpool bencher. So I have a ton of cover for that game. So I might end up doing it based on necessity, but I'm not planning on it.
Yeah. So if I'm through Saturday without having to drop him, then I'll probably keep him on my bench. But I'd gladly drop him on Saturday if I saw a good streamer.
Yeah. Who do you guys think, in terms of Liverpool midfielders, who has the most points on the season, and what are they ranked overall compared to the rest of the midfield pool?
It's got to be Gravenberch just based on sheer number of starts, and he scores better than Mac. Ranked total number of.
I think
of
it's
midfielders?
Sobo, but I think it's like 35th, 45th midfielder, something like that.
All right, so they are back to back. Is Soboslai 53 and a quarter, Gravenberch 52.5. So nice job, guys. First of all, and yeah, Totti 43 and 44 overall. Those are your highest ranked Liverpool midfielders. So
still higher
neither of them have come close to dropping a 37 spot.
No.
Like Kurt.
Yeah, but it's still better than what we saw from midfielders under Klopp.
Sure. But is the black hole actually gone? I don't know that it is.
I don't think that it's gone. Like all three roles, whether it be McAllister, Sobo, and Gravenberch, or Curtis replacing either one of them, are technicians, so to say. So it's like they have their role, and their role is not to be wildly involved in attacks.
Yeah.
I think the reason Jones took that 30 spot and looked good is because he was much more brave, essentially. Like I see, and obviously I look at Soboslai with a more keen eye or a more observant eye. I see him in spots where a year ago he would have either taken a shot or tried to dribble either side and make a shooting or a pass opportunity, and he doesn't do that. He takes the ball, keeps it, maybe takes 1 or 2 steps, and then passes it on. And I think the issue with Jones's minutes is that everyone's role is so well defined, and they're doing them so well. Like, we're not missing goals from midfield right now. Obviously, that could change coming into December or whatever, because people will find out the systems. But like, I think no one does pressing and hustle better than Sobo. So if you take him out to put in Jones to add a midfield threat, then you're losing off the ball ability. And I don't think that slot system can withstand losing the off the ball pressure that Sobo brings. So as much as it pains me for fantasy value, as a Liverpool fan and as a Hungarian, I think it makes sense that he's in there, and it works well. And it's we've talked about it in the chats, and it's frustrating to see someone who is like, I see him in the national team as well, and we've all seen him in the beginning of his Liverpool career. Someone who has the ability and capability to be creative and driving and arriving well into the box and whatever, to be reduced to like a pressing machine. But if the system requires that, then that he shall be. And we saw that he was able to play number 6 for Klopp. He was able to do right wing, left wing for Hungary. He's a Swiss Army knife.
The problem with him is, I mean, yeah, I get that he's like probably sacrificing quite a bit to be in the team. Problem is, I still see him getting dangerous positions. He's just the end product is just not there. I don't know if it's a confidence issue or what, but
I think it is.
I think it is. Yeah. And I think Nunez helps him.
How?
At least based on the limited minutes last weekend and today. I only caught bits of today, but the fact that Nunez is more somehow learned to hustle and is more dropping back to get balls in midfield. And
he really is.
And keeping the ball better. He's not stretching the defense as Jota does, and he's more inviting it and making the whole team a bit shorter. So I think the fact that they will be able to play much closer together will give Sobo opportunities to either take the knockdown and go through the defender, or maybe a 1-2 or incisive pass from McAllister who gets knocked down, and then Sobo runs past Nunez, stuff like that. So I think based on a few like runs of play against Chelsea, I saw them work together much better than with Jota. It still will at the end of the day it will still be a confidence issue. Like if he gets the knockdown and then makes some space at the edge of the box, then he needs to shoot and he needs to score.
Yeah,
and that's the gist of it, really.
Fair. Anything else on Jones? I mean, we were talking about Sobo, but anything else on Jones?
Nope.
All right, let's revisit another droppable player, or so we said a while back. Facundo Buonanotte, who over the last 3 matches has 55 fantasy points, 255 minutes, 2 goals, 1 assist, 5 key passes, 5 tackles, 3 crosses, 6 dribbles, 5 clearances, and 3 aerials? The guy's 5'10". No, sorry, 5'9".
Must have been playing against the butcher.
I mean, yeah, Ryan, you've hung out with me. He's shorter than me.
Hey, don't denigrate yourself, Joe.
I mean, I'm a normal sized man, but
You're a
like
strapping young lad is what you are.
To win an aerial in the Premier League, I feel like I'm not doing that. Just personally, I'm a bit older than him as well, but other than that, what do you guys think? I guess I could tell you the teams as well. So Southampton 22, Bournemouth 19.5, and Arsenal 13.75.
Yeah, I mean I think he's real. Mostly because of Ndidi, because he showed early on in the season playing this role that he could ghost and score well also. And now Buonanotte is doing it. So I think in this shit system, this role I think is the only one that sees any joy. So I think he's real, unless he, reverts back to the bench and Ndidi takes over the number 10 role. So I'm inclined to say that he's real. With the caveat that it's still Leicester, and in big matchups, he's probably going to shrink a little bit.
Yeah, that's a big concern. Is like I don't trust Steve Cooper, but great player, right? When he plays, when he starts, there's no guarantee. Like if he was benched, how many games would you have to bear to like eventually drop him, Ryan? Like
a couple, at least 2.
Yeah,
just because of the midfield, dearth of talent. That's production's hard to find. So yeah, I would take a couple at least.
And he'd be a mid-4, right? I'd say.
Yeah.
These numbers, maybe 3. I mean,
you probably got him as a mid-4 though. You got him off the waiver wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the guys you thought were going to be your mid 2, mid 3.
True.
Yeah. It's been a rough start to the season.
Yeah, have you looked at midfielder numbers? They're pretty ridiculous. I mean, it starts out fairly normal, but then you run into one Lewis Cook at number 11 overall.
Ledge.
Tavernier, I mean, fine, that man's a goat. But then Tielemans, of course, Martinelli at 40. And then, Martinelli at 14. 14. And then Buonanotte at 15. In terms
How many
of
starts has he
overall
had?
points.
Like 5?
Let's see. Games started
So
5.
Buonanotte?
Yep.
Yeah, 5.
5 games started. Yeah, it's a weird one out there in the midfielder landscape.
Yeah, just keep him and start him in all the matchups. Like he got, what did he get against Arsenal? 13?
Yeah, he had an assist.
Wait, did Arsenal have 11 players on the pitch though? Yeah, like
I think that was
Is
one of
that-
the few. That's why I remember it vividly.
You only need to remember a few short minutes of the season.
Right. Yeah.
I guess other than City, I'd probably feel comfortable starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he got -2 against Everton, although he didn't start that one. I mean, okay, here's a stat. Of games that he's started, he's only failed to score 13 or more points in one, and that was against Spurs.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
he would have gotten an attacking return in each of those games as well, right?
Let's see. Yes, you're right. Goal, assist, goal. Yeah, you're right. Except for the Tottenham one.
His GPPS is 9.5. That's
Damn.
tasty.
That is really tasty.
So he's fantasy real.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Let's talk about Mr. Anderson. You're welcome.
I was going to do it if you weren't, so thank you.
All right. 27 fantasy points in October, but does that just mean one start?
Last
Is that
game.
am I correct in that? No, 2 starts. Two
starts.
starts.
Yeah.
That's why I said it at that.
But 22.5, I think.
22
on
and
Monday.
yeah. And then 5 1/4 against Chelsea in the other start. So yeah, this one's a little bit iffy. 142 minutes, 5 key passes, 3 shots on target, 7 dribbles, which you love to see, 3 aerials. Keep in mind, we've got James Ward-Prowse and Morgan Gibbs-White dealing with absences for various reasons, including injury and or discipline.
Yeah, it's a good sign, and he'll continue to see some joy if he plays that like sole creative outlet with those 2 out. But I think we'll start to see a little bit of regression once at least MGW's back, and then I think
When is that?
I don't know.
Unknown.
I mean, he had to do the suspension,
Right.
but I think it was combined with an injury, so it's hard to tell.
Did
be
you
this
get the
week.
trade? Did you get the trade done, Joe?
I did. I got one. I got one done. I paid a little too much, but yeah, it was Munoz and Gibbs White for Martinelli.
I like.
Oh
that.
wow.
I like that.
Yeah, I feel like I mean it's definitely fair. Like that's one of those where I don't feel like I came away from this trade winning anything. We both sort of like shot our shot and took a gamble.
Could go either way, yeah.
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 And so I feel pretty okay about it. I feel like I didn't take advantage of anybody. I feel like I didn't get taken advantage of. I feel like it was a pretty good one, to be honest. And so
Yeah.
I'd rather
Could
have
be a
your side,
win-win,
but it could
yeah.
be,
yeah.
it could be close.
But yeah, like all my other trades, I was trying to package him with like O'Shea, package him with other defenders, and they got shot down almost immediately. Like people are aware of the decline of Gibbs White. They're aware that he's struggling this year. They're aware that this system's not working for him. They're aware that Ward-Prowse is definitely eating into his numbers. Like it's it's not flying under the radar for any active fantasy managers.
Yeah, but
Plus,
WordPress
they're doing
isn't
really
even
well.
doing anything with eating those numbers either.
No,
Like,
He's
he's not
eating
even
them
Eating
and
the
shit.
opportunities, he's not taking the number.
Yeah.
He's eating them and shitting them out.
right away, bro. Like it's a poop soup all over again. Totti. Like,
We're back to the poop soup. Yep.
like I agree with Ryan. Like eventually he might even lose his spot altogether. Potentially.
Anderson?
Anderson. Potentially. You never know. Like he's
I
right
don't
now
think
he's
he
playing.
will. He's playing well enough.
I think he likes him because he stuck with him when I think I complained to you guys. I mean, that's a regular occurrence, but particularly about Anderson because I streamed him early on in the season because he was taking sets, and they were so freaking bad that game. I can't even remember which game it was, but they were like couldn't get it past the first man. Just horrific. I thought they were gonna just take him off immediately, and then Nuno stuck with him, and now this past game they were actually on point, as you can see from the numbers. But yeah, I think Nuno really believes in him, so I think he'll have a place. But if he's not like being the main guy like he was on Monday, then these numbers are not going to last. He'll still be I think a high end streamer because he still has like an eye for goal. He was like that with Newcastle, but he's not going to be like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
then, I don't know.
He started all the games since game week 2.
Yeah, and he's playing like 60 minutes or less, some of them.
Yeah, exactly. I'd probably try and sell high if I owned him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably pick him up off the. I like him and I look for him just like Ryan said. I look for him when I need a midfield streamer most weeks, but he's on the wire or free agency most weeks, so I don't think he's someone you need to keep on roster definitely. But I think he's a good starter. He's decent enough starter.
Yeah. Fair. All right. Let's talk defenders. 3 more. First one is everybody's favorite 38-year-old. I don't know how old he actually is. He just feels that old.
No way is he.
He's been around forever. I don't know. He feels old, okay?
Started young.
Like 32, yeah.
Michael Keane, 33.75 fantasy points over the last 2 weeks in October. 180 minutes. He's got a goal in there. He's got a shot on target, tackle, 4 interceptions, 15 clearances, a block shot, 2 aerials, and very importantly, 2 clean sheets. So we have 2 clean sheets and a goal.
Yeah, that's masking the fact that he's not really ghosting anymore. I think he had like less than 7 ghosts this past game week. The goal and obviously the clean sheet masked a lot of that. Plus, it's clear that Branthwaite is the preferred partner to Tarks when he's healthy. So
yeah, he's literally a placeholder.
Yeah,
right.
So
Branthwaite just doesn't seem like he's I don't know. He seems like he's ill. He's like one of those like old
sickly.
Like, yeah, like he's sickly, like in Dickensian, like old Charles Dickens novels. You have like the boy who's just
poor
sickly.
little Jared. Little Jared just wants a little food.
He's poorly.
A little more porridge.
He's poorly. Yeah, he's just one of those sick boys.
Hangs out with Archer Dodger too much.
I don't know that that's true. He's supposedly expected to return this coming week, but it's hard to say. I just thought because Keane's going to be attractive to people out there if he's on the waiver wire. I just thought maybe this serves as a cautionary tale, unless anybody really believes in him.
I think he's always a threat as a streamer.
Yeah,
it's just his time's.
Yeah, but I think we did talk about Keane just ahead of the last week's massive score, and even though they were playing Ipswich, neither of us was very happy to stream him. So that just puts you right where we have Keane in our minds. Like you can you can probably get away with streaming him. But even like he was shit in the first few weeks when you streamed him against similarly shit opposition. So yeah, it's fake AF.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Sanjy? Andrew says stream him whenever you stream him.
Yeah, I got very lucky because I think last game week I streamed him in 2 leagues. Apparently he's one of the best finishers at Everton. But yeah, I mean if you do look at the points,
He's better than Jai. I'll give him that.
You
I mean, better than
you keep
Calvert-Lewin.
talking about the best blank at Everton.
Yeah, I love Everton, man. Honestly, I'm on the Everton train right now.
All right.
But yeah, you look at the history of points, like it's quite disappointing. So I would say I'm not keen on him.
Okay. Yep. Thank you so much. You don't even have any kids yet. That's a good one. Nice job. All right. God, let's move on. Okay. We have out of nowhere, seemingly out of the blue, Ryan. Wait, is his name Ryan?
Yeah.
Yes,
Ryan
Yeah.
Ryan Manning. 21.75 fantasy points in October over the last 2 matches.
Forgotten Manning brother.
Right.
The
The
Irish
more
orphan.
handsome one.
The one
Um,
the one who came from the left and then got shipped off to England.
actually, I don't even know if he's more handsome. I don't think I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
I think you're
do some research
say
this
it's
week.
pretty safe to say he's more handsome.
Than the Mannings.
I would have said that before I pulled up his Google image. He's not the most dashing of Irish
He's not.
fullbacks.
He's not. But okay.
But
All right.
still,
So
still better looking than Peyton Manning and Eli Manning.
it's hard not to be. I feel
Debatable.
like they've got very like doughy faces. If that makes sense.
Mouth breathy.
Yeah, it feels like somebody like crafted them out of Play-Doh.
My buddy went to college with Eli, and he said he was like one of the dumbest people he's ever met. And this is at Ole Miss, mind you.
Is it Cole Palmer levels?
No, I don't think anybody's like that. But
Oh man.
nobody that's gone to an American college is like that.
Oh, all right. So anyway, all right. So 4
Is he
key
the best
passes.
defender on Southampton?
I mean, he's got to contend with Sugawara, right?
Yeah, baby.
Nah, Sugawara's a trap now, man.
All right. Hold
He
on.
got
Let me get
7
through this. Let me
now.
get through this, please. 4 key passes, 1 assist, 2 tackles, 1 accurate cross. Accurate cross, 2 interceptions, 5 clearances, 2 dribbles, 2 block shots, 3 aerials, and no clean sheets, importantly.
Yeah, it goes without saying.
Seems like he's hoovering various points from all over the field.
He's playing left wing, really.
Yeah.
So both sides of the ball, you're saying?
Hey.
Oh, I think he's worth a punt after this game week. They play Everton, who I know has a very prolific attack, but willing to risk it due to these ghost points. And I watched a little bit of that game, and he was taking sets and got a pretty good left foot. So in terms of like defender 3 punts next game week, because they have City this weekend, I'm open to it, but it's still Southampton. They're still going to concede a shitload of goals. God knows how long the manager is going to last. Like, I like him as a streamer against Everton next game week, but I don't know how far it lasts beyond that. We'll see. Willing to keep an open mind given these numbers, though.
Yeah.
Are any of Southampton's players worth keeping?
No.
You know what's funny, Totti, is that you say that, but in the leagues that I'm in, Manning is rostered in both of them, and people are apparently just going to hold him through the City match.
That's just dumb.
I doubt that. I doubt they will.
They just picked him up this week.
I mean, people
Hive
are
mind,
stupid.
man.
No, it's
That
not
is
even
true.
hive mind. It's not even hive mind. It's just like
Dibbling syndrome.
check
Dibbling.
check out who scored well last weekend and pick him up. Syndrome.
Yeah.
Just
That's
roll
like
with
it-
it.
It's just Southampton in general. Like it's like exactly what you said, Joe. Like the question that you asked is just eventually it could turn like into nothing.
Right. Yeah.
So you're not holding Dibbling either.
No, Dibbling got dropped for Manning, I think, in one of my leagues.
Dibbling should have been dropped a long time ago.
That was a quick one.
Yeah. He burned too bright. He's our little Icarus.
Yep.
Yes. That was one that I was smugly happy to see play out the way it did.
Yeah, me too. I was like, this is ridiculous.
I mean, for those who are not involved in the draft community on Discord, the hype was crazy. Like the hype was out of control. And yeah, that was one of those where it was like, have I lost my mind or am I the only sane one left?
I mean,
yeah.
it was like a good heartfelt story. Maybe for some people, he's like a young kid,
Totally.
promoted team, one of their own. So I kind of get it from that side, but yeah, I'm not surprised that it burns out so quickly.
I want him to succeed. I would love for that. Like I want any midfielders. Like please give me more midfielders.
Any.
Yeah. But
Haribo.
and now that is interesting. I'm kidding. I'm not actually picking him up, but I did consider putting him on this list. He's been decent recently.
I thought you said
Everton
Haribo, and I thought of gummy worms.
Yum.
Mm.
Yeah, Haribo.
Haribo are great. My students were telling me this week about Haribo. Not the gummy worms, but the gummy bears, but the sour kind.
I love the sour kind.
I've never had them. Not the
You've
actual
never had
Haribo. Not the Haribo, because if we're talking sour, I'm used to sour gummy worms, but those are Trolley. Those are not Haribo.
Trolley is just fake shit.
Sour Patch Kids.
It's fantasy fake.
Yes.
Trolley.
I don't even know what trolley is.
Trolli.
Oh,
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
It's a fake Haribo.
Trolley.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sour
fake
Patch
fake
Kids.
Haribo for sure.
Haribo, is it Japanese?
Haribo? It's German, I think.
Is it?
I think so. Or Swiss.
Odd industry for the Germans.
German.
It is German, Totti. Nice.
Well done.
I guess, yeah, any European
Haribo
worth of salt
macht
would do
Kinder
that.
froh und Erwachsene ebenso. That is the catchphrase.
We're off the
Haribo
rails.
makes kids smile and adults too. That's what it translates to.
We are off
Would
the rails.
YouTube like translate your German to English in the caption?
Well, that's a really good question. Wait, Trolley is Spanish? I didn't know that. Draft Espresso is saying Trolley is Spanish.
So it's not
I always
Trolley.
thought it was Italian.
It's Troye.
Trolley.
No, it's saying Troy is German as well, unless somebody changed that because I'm reading off Wikipedia.
Draft Espresso's.
Draft Espresso lied to us.
Who changed it just for this conversation?
Draft Espresso lied to us.
No, but Spanish.
Yeah.
Troye.
I really don't
Troye.
know.
Fourth
So, yeah.
largest
That's- yeah.
manufacturer of gummy candy in Germany.
And dots.
Mm,
I like dots.
So,
German manufacturer. Draft Espresso. I can't believe you. All right. Anyway,
Chalaba.
guys, we got one more guy to get through here. That is Trevo Chalaba. Included him because he had a pretty damn good week against Forest. It would have been right, and 20 points in the last two, 177 minutes, key pass, shot on target. I mean, bottom line is they're all ghosts. Got a cross in there. Mostly going to be the clearances, 6 of those. Block shot, 4 aerials, and no clean sheets, importantly. So, I mean, he's kind of just coming into his he's had a weird, strange, injury-riddled road into this season. He's finally healthy again, and he's kind of just sort of regaining a spot in the team. And so, is this a guy that you're going to keep an eye on? I'm not saying maybe we're starting him or picking him up just yet, but Is there a chance he could develop into something that could resemble a defender 3?
I think.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm upset as a Chelsea fan that he's not at the club, because he is a good defender, IRL. And it's like you said, Joe, he's had a tough start to his career at Palace, or his season or whatever. But yeah, I think eventually he will get better. He'll get more fit. He'll get more accustomed to the system. He is a good player. I think like Palace are bad enough that they're going to have to do work to keep the ball out of their net more often than not, or more than the other teams that they play. So yeah, I think defender 3, defender 4, I want to say is a safer play if you're forced to play that formation in your league. But yeah, I'd
So streamer,
definitely.
essentially.
I don't know. I think I'd keep him
Defender
as an
4
option.
is a streamer. Surely.
In the sense that, like, let's say one of your studs in midfield or up top get benched that game week, you're not gonna drop them, right? That's the sort of defender 4 situation that I'm talking about. Maybe I look at it and I understand it in a different way. But
No,
I
no,
don't think. Yeah, sorry.
I think Totti's just saying, like, is this a guy you're holding?
I think I'd give him
They're playing
time.
Spurs. Yeah. They're playing Spurs this week. Are you? You're probably not playing him, right?
No, I'm gonna wait.
No, I'm probably not playing him. No.
But are you
No.
keeping him on roster throughout the game week? I think you're very easily able to pick him up.
Yeah, I think he's pretty under the radar.
I don't even think you have to spend waiver capital on him. I think you can pick him up once lineups come out.
Yeah,
They have
fair.
They have the second worst schedule or fixture difficulty for a defender for the next like 7 weeks.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah, I
Pretty
think
rough.
Wolves may be the only one that I'd be okay playing him.
Yeah, it's Spurs, Wolves, Fulham, Villa, Newcastle. You have Ipswich in there, and then City, Brighton. So it's kind of a mixed bag. But for defenders, apparently,
Not very
Spurs
good.
are bad matchup. Yeah, I guess that makes the argument for me because I was like between. I was thinking about starting the Qua, but it appears that Chalaba's like renaissance is eating at Lacroix ghost points because I think that Anderson role is up for grabs, and the Craw had it for a couple of weeks, but now it seems like they're sharing it with Chalaba. But yeah, somebody to monitor to like stream in a decent matchup. But yeah,
you should
end up being back and forth between him and Lacroix.
Yeah, but it's gonna be like if you have a choice of Palace defenders, like you're streaming next weekend against Wolves. I'm not sure I'd trust Chalobah better than any of the other Palace defenders. Like Lacroix had a few good days. Gay had a few good days. Chalobah had a good day last weekend. So it's like it's a toss-up, isn't it? Like I don't think Chalobah offers much more than any other Palace defender, let alone any other streaming defender.
Yeah. Next one on the subject. Let me ask you guys this. One streamer spot open for this week. Alex Moreno against Leicester on Friday. Lacroix versus Spurs, or TBD waiver wire defender.
Oh.
I'd
go TBD, I think.
I'd go TBD too.
Who's TBD though? Ashley Young?
Tyler Blake.
Tyler Barwood Bellis. No,
I'm very tempted by Moreno.
Honestly, I'd much rather Ashley Young than Moreno or Lacroix.
Like Moreno has the upside. I mean, Forest okay in defense, but I think they concede because I think Leicester at home for that game. Does he go? I don't think he goes well, right, Ryan?
He's been meh so far. I think he had like 8.75 the last game. He looked like he was whipping in some crosses, and there's not great options in defensive streamers this week. So
I was
I'm, like,
just
very
telling Ben Chickens that in
tempted.
chat. Yeah.
Very tempted to just like get that out of the way on Friday. Like one of them might get a clean sheet because I have Justin going as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a pretty dire straits. I don't know who TBD would be good enough to.
He's only
Would
got
you rather these guys or AWB?
AWB, not close.
I think I'd go AWB because they're playing United.
He's not
He
not available, unfortunately.
no, for sure. But he's been showing that he is a decent kind of set and forget mid 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know who you could go? Semedo might be free in your league, Gran.
He's
Yeah,
been
Brighton.
burned.
At Brighton?
Brighton.
Oh, man.
Oof.
Brighton do give up chances, though, right?
Yeah.
They have been letting in so many goals. Like
At least with
so
Moreno, I know that they're not going to
many-
concede like 2 tops.
So
Yeah.
many goals. So many. The last time they conceded fewer than 2 goals was August.
Yeah, that's wild.
Wolves are having a rough one, for sure. All right, we good with this? Chalaba. Chalaba's kind of a wait and see. He's
Yeah.
fake for now. Maybe not fake. He's a streamer for now, and this
Yeah.
week is not the week to do it. I like it. All right, let's talk Game Week 9 streamers, guys, and then we'll get these fine gentlemen and maybe ladies even. We haven't heard from them in the chat, but maybe they're there. Off to bed or on to their days / mornings / commutes / whatever the hell they're doing. So Game Week 9 streamers. 1 week plays with high upside. We believe that these guys could potentially come good just this week, not necessarily holding them for the long term. Totti, you're going to kick us off.
Yes. It's versus Wolves.
We were
Yasin
just talking
Nayari. Yeah. He played in one of the wing roles. I think it was right wing. He put up 9, I think, 8, something like that. Last weekend, if he keeps his spot, I'd be happy to start him. I think he's projected around 10 points by DraftLad. Second one is Casemiro. Got an absolute worldie of a ghost point score last week. 20, 21 points, something like that. All ghosts. Jota Silva, if you want to get your forward stream up early against Leicester, and Soler versus United, if he indeed gets a chance for West Ham.
Reminder that Jota Silva in Fantrax is actually, hold on, what the hell's his name?
It's like
Joao.
Joao something.
João
His
Pedro
other 2 names.
João Pedro Ferreira da Silva.
Yes.
Yeah, Jota's not even in there. What
No.
a troll.
You can't even search Jota. You could try to search Grealish, but that doesn't come up either. If you know, you know.
Yeah, the Fantrax AI is not good enough yet.
There's a few Grealish-looking characters this season, actually.
Who are the other
Even,
ones?
Clark from Ipswich.
Oh, I don't know if I've seen him. Let me see. He is kind of Grealish looking.
Grealish.
Not nearly as much as Jota
It's
Silva,
Jota
though.
Silva, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
He is just a facsimile.
Yeah, Clark has the Grealish hair going on, but he doesn't have the rest of the features.
The Cubs.
Right. Exactly. Nice. All right, Totti, did you finish?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
sorry. So Soler versus United. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Ryan, you're up next.
Yeah, I mean, I foreshadowed this agonizing debate, so I just added them both.
Yeah, I like it.
Justin surprisingly has been ghosting decently, between like usually 8 or 9 the last couple games. Plus, the great part is he always has the upside of getting an assist or a goal. So
Yeah.
Or
Forest
two.
isn't the easiest.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forest isn't the easiest matchup, but they are at home, and yeah, I think he's got some decent upside.
And you can hold him for Ipswich.
Yeah, in a week where, yeah, as we talked about, it's going to be tough. And yeah, Moreno is just like I know he's going to get 6, but there's the possibility that he doesn't. So,
He could come off at halftime as well.
He could. He very well could.
Technically could, or he could come off before they concede, getting you a rare, cheap clean sheet. Yeah, in a week full of tough ones, I think these guys have probably like the highest floor, I guess I would say.
No.
And then yeah, it gives you a reason to watch that horrific game of football.
Friday night. Yeah.
Friday night lights.
To be fair, the Forest Palace Monday nighter was decent.
Yeah, it was a nice one.
Yeah,
or actually, Forest playing Monday and Friday.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's
shitty from the Premier League.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. There's such a Swiss watch of an organization.
It's cute that you think they care, Totti.
Oh, you
Poor
guys!
little Forest.
This is the first time I've really been missing Klopp, because he would, if that happened to Liverpool, you would never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good and a bad way. It could get annoying sometimes. I concede.
I was just thinking about it in terms of like Forest, like they've been a complete thorn in the side of the Premier League. Like,
yeah.
They've got fined like every week for the past like 3 months for something. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was retaliation, honestly.
I love it.
Yeah, Fatawu, I think he's one of those guys that we all think deserves to get another start after falling off a cliff. Again, the matchup's decent, so, and it's an early matchup, so I'd think about holding if he doesn't start, but obviously if you need the room, then it's a pretty easy drop. But if he starts, he's got a decent chance of doing bits. It pained me to do this, but I had to put in Cree versus Man United. Just because, Kudus is going to be out for the foreseeable future, so if he doesn't get a start now, then it's bad news for him. Plus, yeah, Man United's not a bad matchup. And I'm going to put Carvalho in here until he gets a start. Just decided that's what I'm going to do. So, shot has been pretty bad. So, like, it's got to come at some point. And then obviously Ipswich at home, there's not really much of a better matchup in the league. So he'll be a high upside streamer if he gets a start. So he's worth stashing in the off chance that he does.
Maybe he'll get in there once Wissa's back.
Wissa is back, so
no, I know, but like starting.
Yeah. I think they'll mix it up a bit. They were pretty bad last weekend, honestly. So I think Franco will switch it up a bit.
Yeah, I like it. All right, Sanjy. Last but not least,
go read my article.
Done. And with that, that is the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, but basically, if you want a breakdown of my picks, definitely go read the article on the DraftSociety.com website. Go do it now. But yeah, Jones versus Arsenal. No Saliba. I think Liverpool can get a few goals. I'm expecting them to win this game at least. I don't know. Let's see. He was benched tonight as well, right, for the European game?
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So he should be fresh. Anderson versus Leicester, I think ride that until the wheels fall off or regress. I think Ryan is spot on in terms of that. And yeah, Leicester will give up chances. Kadioglu versus Wolves. I'm hoping he's finally nailed that spot. There was a bit of concern after he got subbed, I think, for Estupinan the game before. But then Estupinan came on for somebody else. He stayed on the pitch, averaging, I think, 7 ghost points per game. And it's against Wolves. Good matchup. And then finally, Norgard, another promoted team that they're playing in Ipswich. He also goes decently, I would say mid-4, mid-5. He has a bit of goal threat. So, yeah, I think those are my picks.
I like that. I'll close her down in 1 second. We have one question in chat. Mateus Nunes or Stones, good plays this weekend? I think this person is reacting to the match today. Mateus Nunes was man of the match in this particular match. He went the full 90.
I'd stash Stones in 2 leagues over the weekend in the off chance he did something. And then he's got 2 goals in 2 games, and they have Saints at home. So, like, obviously we all preach no Man City defenders, but again, in a week where defensive streamers are pretty few and far between, feel confident going Stones in 2 of those leagues. And mostly because I have Calafiori and Timber, and they're both injured, basically.
Yeah. Stone's good. Nunes, not good.
The only thing,
Nunes, I still don't think he'll start, but in the off chance he does, like, if you want a midfield streamer, like, you could do worse for sure.
He's saying Grealish, Doku both injured. I mean, yes, fair, but they've got a plethora of options. You know, like Foden's not even starting regularly. So
Bilbao Savinho will take the wings if need be, and then Kovacic will come back straight in for Nunes. You would think. Not
to mention, I mean, ZB. I understand the excitement. You know, there's goals where there's City, and of course it's Southampton. I mean, if he's not involved in the attack, you're getting nothing from Nunes.
0 points.
Yeah, we have seen him ghost literally like negative. So I'd be very, very careful with that one. That's one of those like streamers where you think you've struck gold, because it's like you get a City player who's a streamer, and he's right there on the waiver wire for you, and that's a tough one.
Plus, he did play 90. Wednesday night. Not that counts for a lot, but yeah. Short week.
Yeah, I like it.
I hope everyone overpays, honestly.
Yeah, totally. I love it. All right, boys, let's shut her down. That was good. Listeners, thanks for joining us. Everybody in chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. It was fun. It's always a blast. Join us on a live stream sometime. It's a really good time, and get your questions answered live. You don't have to wait. And for everyone else, hope you guys have an amazing game week. Good luck. We've got another international break coming up here pretty soon, so enjoy it while it's here, because before you know it, you're going to be watching some meaningless game against, I don't know, Azerbaijan and fucking Wales or something. Who knows?
Shots fired.
Not that those teams are meaningless, just the game probably is. Anyway, all right, let's shut it down. listeners, thanks so much. We'll talk to everyone soon. Have a great week. If you have any questions, go to the Discord. If you need to figure out how to go to the Discord, send us an email. Every time we say this on the live stream, we always get an email that says, hey, you mentioned the Discord. How can I get on that? You need to get on the Discord. That's where the conversation is. So do that. Make that your goal for this week. Talk to everyone soon. Love y'all. Cheers.